Thank you, Professor.
Please, good ma'am.
Thank you, sir, for inviting me to talk to the young teachers. So, the first and foremost, I'll be talking about the learning management system. So, what is this learning management system, and how in education, as teachers, we have to integrate it in our day-to-day teaching curriculum? So, learning management system, as the name itself is suggest, whatever classroom activities that we are doing physically, that we have to do it in a digital environment. So whatever teaching, the conducting of the internal assessment test, evaluating them, and also specifically the assignments and projects that we are going to give to them, and evaluation process also can be done in this software. So it is a complete in toto solution and a single window platform for teacher student interaction. Just like how we are going to utilize the various information technology tools in our day to day life. In banking sector, we are integrating information technology. In various other walks of life, we are specifically using certain apps and softwares in order to do the day to day activities. So all of us today, very on day-to-day basis, we are using so many digital payment gateways and platforms we are utilizing, just like the Paytm or so many other apps we are using in order to do the digital payment. So information technology really has influenced many aspects of our day-to-day activity. So in education also, why not utilize the information technology tools in order to reach out to the students in an effective way? So the learning management system, in short, it is called as the LMS, is a software platform. Basically, it is a single window software solution or application. It can be a web browser based platform, or it can be a standalone app can also be developed, and through that app one will be able to handle. So whether it is a web interface or a app interface, basically it is a software for the administration, documentation, tracking, reporting, and for the delivery of the educational courses and training programs to the students. Basically, the learning management system before COVID, it was almost more than half a decade. The various software companies they were utilizing in order to train their students. So LMS are widely used in educational institutions now in the say specifically the post COVID period. The importance of the LMS was understood, and a structured platform was required for a teacher in a very errorless way in order to deliver the contents to the students and reach out to the students. So LMS are widely used now in educational institutions. Earlier, more than 5 to 8 years, they were using it in business and organizations and software companies to manage and deliver online learning and training to the employees, and then to make them on board. So what are the key features? I'm going to talk about the LMS from a university perspective and from a college perspective. So that is the courses, every teacher, whatever subjects they are handling in the language of our timetable, whatever papers or subjects that we are handling, we will be able to manage our course, the ability to create, organize, and deliver courses or training modules from a teacher's perspective. A teacher will be able to well plan the course and the syllabus and the timetable and the calendar of events. Everything can be uploaded in this particular platform. And also coming from the student perspective, it is the user management. So who are the stakeholders of this particular software is one is mainly the teacher. The other most important participant is the student, most important participant. And also whether the principal of a college or a separate if it is a very huge college, a separate body can be established, separate department can be established for the management of the LMS. So user management from the perspective of the student, tools for registering, enrolling, and managing users, including students, instructors, and administrators. So these are the three stakeholders. Even we will be able to bring in the students' parents into this particular LMS. We can also give a login to them, login ID, and a password can be given to them, so that from time to time they will be able to see what is the performance of their child. So the most important part in the LMS is the teacher and the student. So the content management, the responsibility of the teacher over here is in this platform, the teacher has to very systematically plan as per the syllabus. The course has to be developed and it has to be uploaded, and it has to be specifically divided into as per the syllabus. Suitable modules has to be prepared, and organizing learning materials such as documents, presentations, video, and in order to make it more interesting, quiz can be added over there, so that from time to time a student can be evaluated by giving questions to him to answer. So this is how the responsibility, content management or the course management is mainly the teacher faculty responsibility, whoever is offering that particular course. So the well planned and very well written material, whether it can be in the form of a PDF document or in the form of a PowerPoint presentation, or sometimes even if we are specifically go on a live lecture, unable to do the live lecture, means a video of the lecture can be recorded and it can be uploaded over there, or whatever live lecture the teacher is doing, it can be recorded and it can be uploaded there. And also from time to time, in order to make the learning more interesting, quiz can be provided. A questionnaire can be provided that is going to randomly pop up to the student, and whatever 15 minutes or 20 minutes back he has learned, he will be able to answer by that particular content. So tracking and assessment is a part of every education semester. So we have to track, monitor, and assessing learning progress through features like quiz, assignments, and tracking of the completed activities. So this is another evaluation is just like how we are going to come to the university examination center, and whatever the child has written the exam, those answer scripts will be available. So that very in a classical way we will be evaluating. But here in the software itself, we will be able to evaluate if the as per the regulation of that particular course, whether how many tests has to be given to him, and how
ಮೇಡಮ್ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ನಿಮ್ದು? ಅಮೃತವಳ್ಳಿ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಅಮೃತವಳ್ಳಿ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಮೇಡಮ್.
ಮೇಡಮ್ ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ.
ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದೆ
now okay. So I was talking about the stakeholders of the LMS. So specifically the content management and tracking. These are the two responsibilities of the teacher. So we have to deliver the content in different formats. We will be able to deliver. It can be a PDF document, It can be a ebook, or it can be a simple PowerPoint presentations, or it can be a interactive session, live session. It can be, or otherwise, if we cannot go live, means it can be a recorded video can be uploaded. And in order to make the learning process more interesting to the student, questionnaires in the form of quiz and other modules can be uploaded in the software, whereby from time to time, whatever in the class the student is learning, so he will be able to answer those questions that are asked in the platform from time to time. So, and most important is every academic year is going to come to an end by the assessment. That is, as per the regulation, we have to conduct the test, and the evaluation may be a formal test, or it can be assignments, or it can be seminars. So, whether all the students has submitted, this can be tracked over there. And also, we will be able to evaluate that whether how much time a student has spent in visualizing the contents that are given in that particular semester. We will be able to do a statistical analysis, how many minutes a student has seen a video, or a PowerPoint presentation has he seen completely, and how many minutes he went through that particular file, or if a PDF document is given, whether he has opened it or whether he has gone through it. So this type of monitoring we will be able to do it. So communication is the most important part of any teacher student interaction. So we have to very specifically communicate to the student, and the collaboration between the teacher and the student has to be there. So the LMS is also going to act like a tool for communicating between the learners and the instructors, as well as the collaborators. Features like discussion, forum, group activity can be planned in the same LMS platform. This is the most important part, is we will be able to evaluate what is the performance of the students. So reporting is the most important part. We will be able to generate the report from a student perspective. We will be able to generate the report from a teacher's perspective, and we will also be able to generate a report from the college administration side also. From their angle also, one will be able to generate the report. So this type of report generation, generating reports on user participation, progress, and assessment results. So this is going to give a teacher a real feedback, and there will be scope to improve. If something, some material is not clearly understood by the students across the cross section, so we will be able to, there is always a scope for reviewing and revising the things in this particular platform. So integration is another key point. The ability to integrate with other software systems, such as this is out of the educational activity, but it is from the institution activity, like human resource system, authentication system, and third party content providers. If some third party content the university or college has to develop, means that also from a professional company it can be developed and provided here. So the integration is a multifaceted approach, so that the whole idea over here is the learning should happen. For example, if you are going to see the cross section of students, all the students are not in the same scale of learning. Some of them will be slow learners, some of them will be very fast learners, and some of them will be able to absorb the content what the teacher is delivering, and others will be, they may have to, the third category of students might be, they have to put in still more extra effort in order to understand the concept. So the average, above average, below average, and the cream of students who are really able to put some by in the very say whatever that is delivered in the first round itself, the students are able to understand and perform. So the cross section of students when we are going to take, in a say non-digital platform, if we are conducting physical classes, we are teaching only one topic, we are covering one time in a semester. So we will not be able to stress upon the same topic and again because of the time constraint. We will be going forward with our syllabus. So here what is going to happen, some of the slow learners, they will be affected. So if we have to bring them to the common level with that of the other students, a reinforcement has to be given to them by remedial teaching, or additional discussion has to be made with them on one-to-one basis, and we have to solve their whatever confusion that they are having. So this can be done very effectively by assessing in the LMS. So the learning management system, as I said earlier, it can be a web browser, or a through the web browsers, a student will be able to access, or it can be developed as a dedicated app, like any other application that we are going to install in our mobile phone. So, and also specifically the software should be uh, uploaded in specifically any device. Not necessary that the student should have a particular type of device only. It should be possible for the student to open and log into the LMS by a simple mobile phone that he is having, or it should be say possible to log into LMS by a tablet, a simple tablet of 3,000 or 4,000 rupees. A student should be able to use that for logging into the LMS and going through the content. Or, as usual, the routine laptops and the desktops can be used in order to log into the LMS app. So this is how implementation one can be, say, it can be used as a web-based technology, or a web browser technology, or it can be used as a application software. It can be used, and specifically the software can be installed in whatever device that they are using. It is used for basically, whether you call it as a e-learning, electronic learning, or digital platform, whatever word that we are going to use, ultimately whatever activity that we so far all these years, nearly more than 2 decades, that we were doing in the classroom environment, we have to do it in the digital environment. That is the only difference. So consists of specifically, when an institution is planning to implement a server at a institution level, a dedicated computer, in other words, a high-end computer that can be kept 24 by 7 with a larger memory and RAM speed and other. That is why we are going to call it as a server. Or if a organization is having funds for this, they will be able to go for a professional LMS service provider. So at that time, he is going to take care of the hardware and other aspects, or he will be able to, in today's technology, nobody is going to buy a physical server. Physical computer is not purchased for all these activities. It can be hosted on a cloud, and the students will be able to, a teacher also, by logging into their credentials, they will be able to upload the content, question paper, and all the other contents they will be able to upload. And a student will be able to, without any hassle, a student will be able to, using a login ID, they will be able to log in to that particular interface, and then they will be able to use. And here, along with the students, two more stakeholders we can add. One is the administrators of that particular institution, and another one will be the parents of the students. So whatever I discussed over here, I have given it in the form of an infographic over here. First and foremost, we have to specifically identify as per the syllabus, because at the graduation level and post-graduation level, an individual teacher is not having any freedom to design the curriculum. So whatever that particular course is having, BSc, BA, BCom, or whatever, or MSc, or MCom, or MBA, MA, in various subjects, whatever the Board of Studies approved syllabus that is there, accordingly, whatever papers or courses that we are offering. So as per the syllabus, we have to plan in a systematic way, and the content has to be developed. So that e-content development, I'll be taking it in the second module, and that is what is called as documentation. E-content development is what is called as documentation, and appropriate softwares which are can be used in different platforms has to be specifically used for the development, and the hardware support as per the requirement should be there. For example, a microphone or a speaker, and appropriate devices like a laptop or a desktop. And in the LMS software specifically, we should be able to track the delivering the content, that is conducting the classes as per the timetable. It is very similar to conducting the classes during a semester to the students systematically as per the timetable. That is one aspect. And evaluating, tracking is another important point, whether how much interest the students are showing, what is the percentage or cross section of students who are utilizing the material that is given in the laptop. And then management, ultimately the learning process has to happen, and on the other hand, it is not just one teacher who will be operating in the LMS. Several, all the teachers of that particular organization will be using the LMS and uploading their content, and the administrators have to manage, and the technical support has to be given to the teachers to upload if they are going to face any technical problem. So ultimately, the information technology, information communication technology we are using in order to deliver the content to the students. So the commercial companies, if you are going to see Byju's or Vedanta, or nearly 2 decades back, we had the Coursera and the Linda, and almost today the Khan's Academy. So many online facilities that are available, and even they are going to conduct the classes, and then certification is provided by the Coursera, Linda, and other say e-learning portals. In a very simple way, one will be able to use the web browser, and using internet one will be able to log in and register for a course. And then whatever, for example, a person requires a Python programming or a R programming in addition to the course that he has done, whether if he's a MSc Computer Science fellow, apart from his curriculum, he requires other subjects to be learnt. Means today in a present scenario, we will be able to use the MOOC courses. So UGC is promoting the MOOC courses, and MOOC courses are also considered for credit calculation in the universities, and the MOOC courses are also having evaluation, and examination is conducted, and the student will be able to get certified. So the LMS software should be able to specifically accommodate whatever activities that I have mentioned over there. The LMS, a well planned and well developed software interface system of learning management, it should be able to handle all these activities of the teacher and that educational organization. If anything else specifically is required, the LMS should be able to accommodate it, and customization must be possible. So to elaborate on this particular tool, a learning management system specifically for a tool for educational institutions to track reporting, training programs, and automation and delivery of educational courses, learning and development programs. They maintain all the whatever physically we are doing in classroom, all the classroom activities we should be able to create in the digital platform. We should be able to record our lecture, and then we will be able to upload it. So the best syllabus has to be formed which is able to at par with the job requirement. The syllabus has to be there, and the skill of the student has to be specifically elevated to a new level, wherein by doing this particular course, the student will be able to get an employment. So teaching plans and then online assessment to maximize student learning outcomes. So this is, we don't have to emphasize over here. The only difference is instead of doing it in the physical classroom, we are only doing it in the digital platform. So specifically with the introduction of the learning management system, today we are going to see that even elderly people are getting registered to some of the learning portals over there. So if we have to come physically, so after a particular age to come and mingle with the new generation, younger generation, it will be some of them they are going to feel shy to come to the learning class or wherever coaching and other things are conducted. So thereby learning has shifted from lifelong to life-wide learning. So irrespective of the age, irrespective of, so for example, somebody is already employed and he has to learn a new tool if he has to retain his job. So if under this condition, he will be in a dilemma to go physically and get the treatment. It may not be possible for him, or financially it might be too costly. So he will be able to enroll for the MOOC or some of the private organizations, specifically as per his job requirement, what upgrade in skill he has to undergo. Sitting at home, using this facility, he will be able to log in and he can undergo the training, which may help him in retaining his present employment. So that is why I have used the word lifelong to life-wide learning. So, for example, when they were there at the, let me take the computer science example. So, when a programmer is going to join for a job, let us say that is a 5-year-old software engineer or a 6-year-old software engineer. At the time, the Amazon Web Service facility was not available to him. So, even at BE level or at a postgraduation level, if he had done, this particular concept was not there and not at all existing, and he is not aware. So today, the every software company will be using a Amazon Web Server activity. So he has to survive in that particular company in the present job, means he must have a clear skill in working with the Amazon Web Service, AWS it is called as. Or in cloud computing, he must have a experience and skill. So if this is the condition, then this will be a very serious issue. If he has to retain his particular position, he may has to undergo the training. So thereby, he will be able to easily, through the online program or using a private LMS provider or a training provider, through the LMS, he will be able to upgrade his skill and come to the latest technology, and thereby he will be able to retain his present employment. So this is one example that I am giving. So specifically, sometimes what is going to happen, a child may not be able to enroll for a physical class. At that time, he will be able to enroll for a digital or an online mode of a class. So where specifically the child working parallelly, and then he will be able to, according to his convenience, he will be able to enroll for a particular course and get certified. So for that also LMS can be used. So here the most important part of academic activity at the end of the semester is the exam and analysis and goal output analysis, and plan appropriate teaching syllabus and help students to learn at their own pace. So this is most important. As I said earlier, all of them are not there in the same performance scale. There will be the pace of learning will be is going to vary from every child to another child. So what this LMS is going to do, for example, in an environment where a hybrid mode is there, the child has also attended a physical class and is a regular admission he has taken for a MSc program and he is attending the classes. But at the same time, what is happening, what is taught in the classroom, uh, he is unable to, some part he is able to absorb, and some of the aspects he is unable to understand or absorb. Means at the time, if that particular teacher's whatever teaching material is available online in the LMS, and also the videos of the lectures of the teacher is available in the LMS platform, means the child will be able to log into the LMS and learn at their own pace and communicate with them at any time. The teacher also will be able to communicate with the student and plan their studies for achieving the goal. So this is how, from a student perspective, the learning management can be used not just once. He might be able to see the lectures and the videos and the uh, content, teaching material that the teacher has used. If it is available in the LMS platform, a student will be able to go through it again and again, and wherever confusion is there, or repeated reading and going through with a slow learner or at his own pace, the student will be able to learn. This is the major advantage that we are going to see. Typically, a learning management system provides from the teacher's point of view, with a way to create and deliver content and monitor. So this is whatever day-to-day activity in our profession that we are doing. The most important is a systematic, well-organized and very well reviewed and planned content has to be delivered to the student, and monitor the student participation, whether they are using it or not, or whether how many hours they are spending utilizing the content. So that report we will be able to generate and assess the student performance. This is one of the main activity that a teacher has to do in any academic program. So a learning management system may also provide students with the ability to use interactive features such as threaded discussion. So they will be able to discuss with their fellow classmates, and then video conference. They will be able to call their other classmates for a video conference, or a teacher will be able to call for a remedial session or a tutorial session. One will be able to provide to the students face to face, live, through video conferencing. And then the discussion forums can be formed, and something that is not clear, or if the students are confused, we will be able to create a open discussion forum, so that we will be able to interact with the students and then take the feedback. So specifically, if you are going to see, as I said, if you are going to see the pre-COVID period, the LMS was heard only in certain institutions. Not every university or every college was not much focused on the use of LMS. So that is why earlier LMS was very routinely, it was used in corporate sector and also in national government agencies. And today, you can hear or see in the media, television, or in the paper that no deputy commissioner of any district is not specifically physically, he need not go to Vidhan Sauda to meet the ministers or to have a meeting with the chief minister. So under certain condition, if they have to interact, the chief minister has to interact with the specifically deputy commissioners of various districts. They will be able to call a state level meeting uh, about the, in order to know about the developments or the activities. Or now we are seeing everywhere there is specifically water, rain has specific very scanty in the state, and some of the districts are very hard hit. So thereby, so for various purposes we will be able to use the digital conference platform, and this was very clearly utilized by the local government and the national government. Even prime minister is also interacting with the stakeholders of that particular agenda. And not necessary that physically you have to travel either to Delhi or Bangalore in order to do the meeting. So traditional educational institutions and online e-learning based institutions. So especially the digital meeting platform and digital learning platform is from the education point of view. They are some of the private universities and private institutions. They were the first one to establish the LMS system in their institution in order to give a additional support to the students. Thereby now the MHRD and the UGC has come forward, and they are specifically financial support is given to the teachers in order to develop the MOOC content and offer courses online to the students. So, and also the one of the other digital platform influence that we are going to see here is we will be able to log in. Nearly the IIT and other libraries are digitalized now. So sitting here in Mysore, if we want certain textbooks or information or lecture notes, if we want, we will be able to log into IIT Madras or IIT Kharagpur or Bombay libraries. We will be able to log in via the university network, and then we will be able to access the information. This is another dimension we are experiencing and enjoying today. So specifically, when you are going to implement the LMS platform, it is going to save a lot of money for the organizations, and also the courses can be offered at a cheaper rate to the students. So from the student perspective also, it will be beneficial financially. So a effective system will allow instructors and administrators, as I said earlier, managing the elements such as this is the admission process. Today we are using almost all the state universities, even the graduation and post-graduation level admission and other activities we are doing through a government higher education supported portal called as the UUCMS. So this is exactly the admission, that is registration for the course content, what is the material, learning material that is being provided to the students, and the calendar of event, when the semester is going to start, when the tests will be there, and when the final assessment exam will be there. So this can be published at a very early start of the semester itself. So thereby the student will clearly know that what is his responsibility and what is his schedule in that particular calendar semester. This is, in other words, it's called as the calendar of events. So every university will publish a calendar of events, and it is going to give a direction to all the teachers of the university, and according to the calendar of events and the dates given in that, we have to align ourselves in our academic activity. So this is multiple user access can be given. Student can be a user, as I already I have emphasized on this. The teacher can be the main teacher, and the student are the two important main stakeholders. And communication is the most important part. If you have to give any instruction to the students, you don't have to use platforms like WhatsApp or any other messaging. So here itself, we will be able to clearly give, it will be documented. So a student cannot say that I didn't know, I was not informed. So no such excuses will be possible. A very accurate communication can be, and instructions can be given to the students in this platform. Finally, it is the certification. Every course has to end, whatever the learning the student has done. So he has to be, for his training, a black and white certificate has to be provided by conducting appropriate evaluation procedure, whether it is practicals or whether it is a theory exam or whether it is a C1 internal assessment or C2 internal assessment. We will be able to conduct, and accordingly the results can be notified to him, or any other administrative information that has to be provided to him through notifications. Instructions can be provided to the student. So this is how Whatever I mentioned earlier in the form of an infographic I have given over here. So the maintenance of the tracking and reporting, the delivery of the content, and the student has already undergone the training, and that can be tracked and that can be reported. And the second one is the maintenance of the student performance report. So in the software itself, we will be able to maintain, and student performance evaluation, one will be able to do it. And if somebody is going to miss the general lot, and for some reason there be outliers, you will be able to specifically on one-to-one basis to all the students, we will be able to personally interact with them. Personalized communication can be established with the student, and we will be able to hear. So this is called as the mentor-mentee interaction. So no more it is a unidirectional delivery of the content. So far, though to some of the students on one-to-one basis, we were discussing with them. So when they had problem, they are going to approach the concerned teacher, and then they are going to specifically take the advice of the teachers. But on the other hand, here, as per the UGC guideline and other things, a teacher has to act much higher than just a teacher. So he should be able to interact with the students, and then he has to, if a student has performed in C1 in a not so satisfactory way, means one will be able to interact and communicate with them, whether they have understood the subject, what is the problem that they are having, why they could not perform well uh, test. So this is called as the personalized communication. So if the subject is a hardcore subject, and if they are unable to interact or understand, means then through personalized communication we will be able to solve in the same LMS platform only. So then the other miscellaneous reports from an administrator point of view, from student point of view, from teacher point of view, the log reports can be taken, and what is the effectiveness of that particular teacher's material that is provided to the students, we will be able to assess. Then coming to the cost effective, it is only one time, say, we have to invest, and this can be very effectively used, and the teacher students also will be highly comfortable. So why the LMS is required means, all of us during the COVID period, we have delivered the content to the students when the lockdown was there, and in the next say session of the COVID, the student activity and teacher activity had to go on. So we were teaching them online, we were communicating with them, we were sending the notes. So for that we were using so many uh, third party apps we were using over there. So we were using WhatsApp to send the data to that particular group of students, or we were using the Google Classroom, so many other non professional and non technical platforms specifically we use it in order to interact with the students. So thereby what is going to happen is, by implementing a single phase environment to them, they will be able to get all the information, all the 6 papers that they are studying in their semester. All the 6 papers content will be available in a common window, in a common platform. It will be available. So textbooks can be given, the PDF personalized notes can be given, PowerPoint presentations can be given, video lectures can be uploaded. So that is why a learning management system can be converted into a knowledge management system. So this is the most important concept that I am bringing in. So it need not be a very mechanical interface, but on the other hand, if a teacher and student uses this particular environment, then what is going to happen? A learning management system will automatically become a knowledge management system. So the interaction can be highly effective across the platform. So knowledge management refers to gathering, organizing, sharing, and the analysis of an organization's knowledge in terms of resources, documents, and skills. So further, I am going to show you the Karnataka learning management system that is developed by the government, and nearly around more than several lakh students are utilizing it. And if you are going to log in, some of you might be the content developers to that particular LMS. So the best teachers in that particular subject, in that particular domain or the subfields, they can be hired. The expertise of the best teachers across the colleges. So, for example, if you are going to take the Mysore University BSc or BA curriculum, if you are going to take more than 200 colleges are going to come into that particular purview of Mysore University. So some of the teachers in some college, some subject teacher will be an expert. In another college, another teacher will be a expert in his domain. So why not utilize the some in some other college a Java teacher might not be there at all. So or somebody will be doing a say a temporary adjustment is made, and the other teacher who is not an expert in Java will be teaching that particular subject, and he may not be an expert in that at all. Or a DBMS program is taught by somebody as a via media arrangement, and he may not be an expert in that domain at all, because the subject expert teacher might have changed his job, or for some reason he might have he's not available. So at that time, in a pool, the subject experts and the popular teacher and a very good communicator who is very expertise in that particular domain, his expertise can be utilized over here, and he can be given the assignment of developing the content to it, and then he will be able to upload. So what is going to happen, what I am talking over here, I am not talking about at the organization level, that is the LMS. So the LMS can be converted as a knowledge management system only when the teacher performance and the student performance both are going to go hand in hand, and they are going to correlate in the same direction. We will be able to utilize the best teachers who are available in that particular university jurisdiction, and for every subject one of the best teachers can be given the assignment, and they will be able to develop. So this LMS, a common platform, can be converted into a knowledge base through this. So however, specific role of LMS will vary according to the organization, training strategy and goal. So we have to customize the elements. We have to see the goal of each and every educational organization, and what is the resources, internal resources that are available in that college, or what exactly is the scope of the subject that is being taught over there, whether more practicals is there or more theory is there. So accordingly, we have to customize the LMS in order to meet the organization's training strategy and also the goal. And how much of financial resources that they are having. Are they having resources for a complete commercial LMS platform like Canvas and other Blackboard? So many, nearly more than a dozen LMS platforms are available today. So some of the popular LMS that are used by educational institutions include the Moodle is the prime open source software that is being used across the country by many universities as a learning management system. And another important one is the academic version of the Blackboard can be used. Then one more academic version of the Learn and Schoology can be used over here. So these are the first three that I have mentioned over here. You will be able to, Moodle is absolutely free and it is a open source software. So we will be able to, if we want to develop any other module in that, we will be able to develop and modify. So customization is possible with the Moodle because it is a open source software. Then popular commercial softwares that are used around the world. So some of the universities like Harvard or some Oxford. So in US and across the European country and Australia extensively it is utilizing the LMS module, and also some of the South Asian countries, almost when did a survey in the internet, nearly around more than 50% of the universities across the globe, they are using the LMS over there. So under that, the most popular one is the Adobe Suite learning management system, that is called as Adobe Captivate Prime. Then you have one more software called as the Docebo, and you have the Alert LMS, iSpring, Learn, and eFriend. So these are some of the, and one more most popular software that is available and very actively that is used in almost all American universities is the Canvas, is the most important software that they are using. So every other day, when we are going to search for a LMS in the internet, every other day we are going to see a new LMS that is being marketed, and the newly introduced LMS will have other specialized features when compared to the earlier developed LMS. So the LMS industry as on today in India, it is a multi-million rupee industry it has become. For example, you are seeing the Byju's or the Vedanta and so many other, along with that, so many other LMS developing countries, companies have also come into picture. So every other, when you compare a LMS, a commercial LMS of one company to another company, when we are going to see, every LMS has got its own plus point and minus point. So that is why we have to make a say specifically a survey. We have to do what exactly our organization, that is a school or a college or a university, specifically requires, and what are the activities that they have to do, and accordingly the LMS, suitable LMS can be selected. So LMS is used to help and train new employees by providing opportunities to access training material across various devices. So this is very something, you are undergoing a refresher program over here. So whatever newly recruited teachers who are there, they have to be trained, and how the communication has to be done, how they have how the content has to be delivered to the student. That also can be achieved through this. New employees can be recognized when they add their own knowledge and feedback. So which will in turn help the employers, that is the administrators, understand how effective the training courses are, and identifying areas where new employees need more assistance. So this evaluation from an administrator side also it can be made. So what is the quality of the teachers, and what is their performance level, in which area they require a support. So this type of evaluation, so far in this perspective, only the private universities and other private schools, they are doing it. Schools and colleges are doing. The government bodies, they are not evaluating the teacher performance and what is their skill level, whether they require any more additional training to perform better in their domain. So that can be done and identified very clearly using the LMS. So specifically, the evaluation process, the learning management can be thought of a repository that allows users to store and track information in one place. So systematically, one will be able to say in single window facility, in technical language, if I have to say, a teacher also will be interacting with the LMS in a single window facility, and the student also will be interacting, and all the available material that is required for him to study in that particular period of time, that is the semester, will be systematically in a very well organized way. It will be available to the students without any technical glitch. So they can be given a secure login ID and password, and one will be able to see whether a student is really going through the content or not. Because in our classroom teaching, whether they are taking the notes or whether they are writing down, how much they are learning, how many hours they are going to sit before the say study hours they are putting in. So this type of activity is not possible in a very routine orthodox teaching system. But when we are going to implement in a hybrid mode, let them attend the physical classes also. And if you are going to deliver the content to the students in the digital platform, then another advantage that we are going to see over here is, are they really going through? So that is why spontaneous quiz has to be provided to them. So even when we are lecturing live to the students, in order to see whether they are alert or really what is taught, whether it is going to their brain or not, whether they are understanding or not, every 10 to 15 minutes, one will be able to put a question over there, or a quiz can be designed. In the gamification of the lessons can be done, and here the students understanding. It may not be a direct question, it can be a question of applied type over the subject that it is being taught. So if the system is self-hosted, so sometimes what will happen, if the organization is not going to support, means a teacher may have to develop an environment on his own to be more effective out of his interest. So here you will be able to use the Google Classroom or the Google Forum for evaluation. And Google Classroom can be used to some extent at an individual level, wherein the technical support from or the establishment of the organization is not there. In implementation of the LMS, one will be able to, whatever that is available without any hassle, one will be able to use the Google Classroom and the Google Forum to give them questionnaire, and in order to deliver the content students and receive the assignment, we will be able to use the Google Classroom. So responsive design, or as I said, the Moodle and other softwares that are there that are free for the academic use. So that can be very effectively, we will be able to use without spending much from the pocket if the organization is not supporting the LMS. So the learning management system can be specifically thought of a repository that allows user to store and track information in one place. So this is what the hassle or the technical, too much of technical headache means the teacher will be spending more time rather than the content development in solving the technical problem. This should not happen. The stress on the teacher should not be there, and there should not be any technical problem in logging in or uploading the content and delivering the content to the students. The teacher should not be put into hardship. Similarly, the student should also be not put into hardship. He should not have any difficulty in logging in and accessing the content. So that is why I have given in the second line that login and password, a well designed login interface and the accurate password can be set for the student login and also the teacher login, and so that easily without any hassle, teacher and the student will be able to access systematically, and the learning process should happen over here. So then coming to the responsive design is, the users should be able to access the LMS from whatever type of device they are having. So not always every student will be able to afford the latest devices that are going to come into the market. So even if he is having a 4 or 5 years old laptop, or even if he is going to have a 4 or 5 years old say a smartphone, one should be able to upload or access the LMS very easily. So the device, whatever device that he is having, you should not, one should not put a financial burden on the student to say purchase a new laptop of a particular configuration, or a tablet or a smartphone or a desktop of a specific configuration. Not necessary. Whatever they are having, in that they should be able to access. Even the teachers. The teacher need not spend too much of money from his pocket in order to buy certain specialized devices. No, whatever he is having at his home or the college should be able to provide the recording facility, and the uploading facility should be provided to the teachers, and thereby very easily they should be able to upload the content, because Here the teacher domain is to develop the content, not to solve the problems, technical problems of the LMS, or even too much of investment if they have to do means again some of them are going to back up. And also any subject, any uh, domain teacher, whether they are having a computer knowledge or a software knowledge or not, with little training, they should be able to handle the LMS with their login credentials. So specifically, one will be able to select. LMS should also allow users to download content so it is accessible offline. So many a times when we were interacting with our MSc students during the COVID period, they used to comment that they are not having the network connectivity. So nearly some of the students, they used to text us saying that nearly 2 to 3 kilometers they had to come from their village or native place, and then only wherever the mobile tower signal is there, there we have to come and we have to access the content. So they said that please give the facility to download the uh, availability to download the content from, because sometimes we may have to go through the content in an offline mode. So the LMS, some of the LMS are not having the downloading facility because of the patent and other. The teacher would have put in so much of effort in developing the content and recording the video. So copyright and other hassles are there. So that is why some of the LMSs, they don't allow the content to be downloaded. One will be able to use the content only online. So thereby we have to see, especially where rural students are there and other cross section of students are there, we have to very critically see if they are able to download the content and then use that content offline. So this is I have added these particular points where from the students perspective. So the interface must be highly user friendly both to the teacher and to the student, that we are going to call it as a UI. So the user interface is called as the UI. This is the front end. So without even 0% computer knowledge, the teacher should be able to navigate and work in the LMS platform. The UI should also align with the ability and goals of the organization. So thereby the dilution should not happen. So whatever is the goal and to whatever quality the organization is known for, the LMS should be able to upload that. So UI risks confusing and distracting users and will make the LMS ineffective. So if you are going to, if the user interface is very complicated and too much of registration procedures are there, then within no time the teachers are going to step back. Because why I am telling is uh, right from 2001 we are trying to from time to time from Center for Information Science and Technology, we conducted the workshops for the teachers in order to use the ICT facility in their day-to-day teaching. So smart classrooms and all the other digital platform, how effectively they could use. And some of the teachers, even this is in 2001 I am talking, they were hesitant even to prepare a PowerPoint presentation for day-to-day teaching. So they were not comfortable in creating the PowerPoint presentation also. So they were very accustomed to the overhead projector and then writing the content in those plastic sheets and then projecting it. The technology is called as the overhead projectors were being specifically used. But today we have to move on, as we have moved on with the online banking and Paytm and whatnot, digital currency we are utilizing. Now carrying hard cash in the pocket is something old fashioned. So thereby when we are able to adopt to such an environment and switch to that environment so easily, so we also have to make up our mind to use it, use the LMS and create the content in a very systematic way. So thereby the user interface and the other uploading from a teacher's perspective, it should not be complicated. From students' perspective also, it should not be complicated. So reports and analytics. This is and one of the important activity that we are going to do. So as a teacher, we are very much familiar with the tests and exams and practical exams and assignments and other evaluation procedures. So reports and analytics, what is this particular factor has to be emphasized, and LMS has to address this, and a foolproof evaluation should be available. So this includes e-learning assessment tools. Instructors and administrators must be able to view and track their online training initiative to determine if they are effective, and is it need any further say rectification or modification, whether it is needed. So this can be applied to groups of learners and individuals. So if a particular outliers are there in a particular system, means what is the problem that they are having has to be observed. For example, a group of students have not at all unable to open the LMS, and then they have not gone through the curriculum, or even if they have gone through the curriculum, they have secured very low marks in that particular subject, means then root cause analysis can be made. So that is what is about the reports and analytics, and how to help that particular group of students one will be able to understand. So the course and catalog management is the LMS also holds all the e-learning courses and the related course content, and one will be able to, for example, one more aspect that I would like to add with the content interoperability and integration. For example, today we are there in a XLMS platform, and the organization is going to end the contract given to a particular LMS company, and then in the next year they are going to enter into a MOU with some other LMS software company. So what happened to the content that you had loaded last year? You have worked day and night in order to deliver the content, and you had uploaded to the last LMS. But this year the college is changing the LMS. So what is going to happen? Whatever you have uploaded over there, it should be portable to the new LMS without any hassle. So with ease, one should be able to upload the content that is loaded in the earlier LMS to the new LMS. So this is what is called as we have to use whatever the document we are using, or the videos that we are using, and other file formats that we are using. It should be of international level standard, and those files should be in any environment, in any platform, we should be able to upload it. So here you are going to see the research methodology and the devices that were examined. A small survey was done by a software company, LMS developing company. So they, most of the students, they are going to have around 5.5 inch or lower than that smartphones are available. Nearly a certain percentage of students, and then another percentage of students, they are going to have the large smartphone, a cell phone with internet facility, and then the 5.5. And some of the students, they are also having a tablet along with the smartphone, and some of the students, they are having the smartphone along with the laptop or the desktop. So this is how one will be able to see what type of a survey, a small questionnaire can be given to the newly admitted students in order to see what type of devices they are having on the hand. So based on that particular paper I have taken, they have done a very good survey. So you will be able to see the user distribution over here. So specifically the tutor LMS, you will be able to see that nearly 30% of the students of a particular organization, several organizations were say evaluated, and a survey was made. You will be in a particular city, you will be able to see so many types of LMS they are using. Moodle, around 13% of the students are using, and then you have the Learn Dash, 7% they are using, and then Class Plus 6% they are using, and other LMS 9% of the students they are going to use. Out of it, you are going to see the Learn Press 34%, and the Tutor LMS 30% of the students they are using. So this is the survey conducted by one of the ebook publisher. So the Finally, the learning management software, I'm also going to introduce to summarize whatever I mentioned so far. A responsive design must be there, and a user-friendly interactive interface must be there, and reporting and data analytics, that is statistically one should be able to generate multiple perspective reports. Course and catalog management should be very robust, and content integration, whether a video or a PDF or a PPT, the content integration has to be done, or even sometimes the audio file. So support service from the technical team to the teacher should be there. If a teacher is going to have or face some problem in uploading the content or handling the LMS, if they are going to have any problem, so there should be a supportive team locally available. Always you cannot depend upon the software company who provided the LMS. So for a serious problem, they should be accessible and their service should be very prompt. And at the same time, in the organization, in the college itself, we must have a technical support service system. Then certification and compliance support. So this is also the most part of it. Then whatever evaluation that we have to make, if it is only video, PDF and PPT, means the students will be bored. So you have to make them learn and open the content. So one should be able to make it little attractive, and they should be able to use it with ease. And also the questionnaires can be given in the form of a gamification of the course content can be made. So then today, everywhere for everything, we are going to talk about the AI, artificial intelligence. So the learning management system, now whatever that is being developed and recently released, the first learning management system was a corporate learning management system that was at a different level. The whoever newly recruited employees has to be trained to the project to which they are hired. So whatever may be their academic background from whatever colleges, heterogeneous colleges they have come, the corporate companies, so they are going to put them on a 6 months of learning module internship. And the physical teacher, if somebody has to travel from US or Netherlands or some other country, means it will be financially it will be taxing the company. Now what they are going to do is a robust LMS they would have installed, and all the trainees has to undergo login credentials will be given to them, and training from any part of the world, wherever the expert is there, from there they are going to come online, and then they will be interacting. So academic learning management, the whatever corporating learning management software that was developed by the LMS companies is customized for the requirement of the educational institutions. So that is how the scenario in the post-COVID era, we were haphazardly using whatever facility that is available. Sometimes we used to write the notes in the hand and take a picture of it and send it to the students through WhatsApp. Or we were taking the, say, whatever files that we have created, that we were attaching to the internet and sending it to the students, recording our video and then specifically sending it across the WhatsApp. So these were the haphazard way of delivering the content to the student. So in this way, what is going to happen? Content somehow one will be able to deliver. But what about evaluation and other processes? That will be in a highly unorganized way. And our content that we are going to deliver to the students also will be unorganized, and it will be haphazard if we are not going to use the learning management system. So here there are so many benefits that are available, a very strict interface for admin login, interface for teachers login, and then the student login. So these are the different facilities that should be available in the LMS. So specifically, the whole idea of introducing LMS in the academic perspective is the educational workflow that makes sense for different environments, including blended learning. So the most effective part of it that we are going to see here is the physical interaction. That is, whatever classroom activity that we are doing, we have to do it. At the same time, if a support of the LMS is given to them as an addition, the performance can be provided to him in a single interface called as the through via LMS. So such a type of hybrid teaching, in other words, you are going to call it as a blended learning. So specifically, what are the most popular LMS that is used across the world is the Blackboard. So this is the interface of the Blackboard LMS that I am showing over here. See here, the teacher also will be able to log in, and we will be able to see the face of the student. So in Zoom and other, say, softwares, if we are going to use, what will happen? We are going to switch off the video. Neither you are seeing me nor I am seeing you. In this condition, if you are going to deliver meeting or any other software online facility that we are using to deliver the content, but parallelly, whether he is listening to us or whether he is not listening to us, any direction we will be delivering. On the other hand, you will be able to see here every student has to show his face, and the software alert is going to come if the student is looking elsewhere. If he is not looking at the monitor, a alert to the teacher is going to come. So these are the sophisticated LMS softwares that are available. Here parallelly, I am also showing you an image of this particular Blackboard LMS can be used by a simple smartphone, not even an advanced smartphone. And it can also be very easily accessed by a very routine low-end tablet also one we will be able to purchase, provided it is able to link to the internet environment. So thereby not necessary that always a student should have a very high-end device with him. So with ordinary devices also one will be able to log into this particular LMS. So one more LMS that we are going to see here is the school OG. So just like biology, for school they have added the OGY over here. So this is also a quite a popular LMS at the uh, steeper learning curve than the other two learning management systems. So here we will be able to specifically, the professor can have content appear to the students only after certain conditions have been met, such as turning in the material from the previous lesson. So this is again, a software control is there. So what is it? If the first unit that is provided by the teacher, if the student has not gone through it, he cannot open the second chapter notes. Second chapter video he will not be able to utilize. So this is how a control. He has to complete the first module in order to enter into the second module. He has to complete the second module in order to enter into the third module. So this way, most of the Coursera courses are like that. Unless you complete the courses in a systematic way, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, unless you complete the level 1 for reading, level 2, you will not be able to open. So this is how haphazardly a student will not be able to open and what modules he has used. So the real power behind this software is, however, the fact of company has been making learning management system. What is the credential of this company? From 1992, they are creating customized LMS for the colleges and schools. So one more most popular LMS that is being used across all universities, advanced universities of the world like US and USA and other places is this is a very easy to use interface, and say specifically this software Canvas is gaining traction with higher educational institutions. So the professors at the university and other technical organizations, they are feeling it highly convenient to use the LMS. So what time I have to stop? It is already 3:26, I think. Tea break, what time?
3:15 to 3:45, ma'am.
So shall I stop now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.